going to start on our backs. Have your feet the width of the mat. Let your knees knock in. Have your block right to the side of you because we'll need it in a moment. So just lay on your back for a moment. Take your feet wide. Have your knees knocked together. Yeah, feet wide to the width of the mat, Lila. There you go. Yeah, it's actually... So actually, when you set up like this kind of neutralizes your low back. I don't know. I was driving so much yesterday. I got out of the car and I was like, oh my God, I hope I can walk, right? Just because you're in that position. So feet to the width of the mat, knees knock in. It's like a little mountain with your legs. You can have one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, or the palms facing open. Anything kind of goes. Take a giant breath in through the nose and take an exhale breath out through the mouth. Do it one more time. Inhale through the nose, fill up, fill up, fill up. And then exhale everything out through the mouth. Yeah. And then you'll seal your lips and you'll begin your Ujjayi breath. Don't get so caught up on it. It's just breathing, intently with intuition. You're just breathing through your nose to the back of the throat and then following it up with a nice exhale through the back of the throat. And then just start to pay attention to that rise and fall of the breath. And your thoughts kind of coming and going, because there's just no way that you can come to this position and just drop into a meditation. Like, we are normal people. So thoughts coming and going, it's kind of like a stream of moving water. But starting to feel a little more and think a little less is definitely the goal. So with your eyes closed, you can have your hands kind of behind your head or cactus your arms. You're just going to windshield washer your knees to the right. And so your right leg will be up higher, your left leg will be down lower. So just keeping that same position with the legs. You're just windshield washing the legs to the right and then over to the left. So just doing it a few times. This is great for just warming up the pelvic area. Just drop the knees over to the right and then drop them to the left. And one more time, come to the center, over to the right. And then over to the left. Good. And then blink the eyes open and staying down on the ground here. Feet are going to be hips width distance. You'll slide the block in between your thighs. If you have a cork block, it's going to be more challenging. A soft block is just fine for a lot of us. Go this direction with the block, so the long way in between your thighs, so you'll squeeze it. Fingertips skim the backs of the heels. Good. Your hands can be behind your head, okay, like a little pillow. And you're going to crunch up and you're going to hold. And then you're going to pulse back down and bring it up. So just little baby kind of Pilates crunches for 1, 2, breathe, 3, squeezing the block for 4, 5, keep going for 6, 7, 8, squeezing inward, 9, 10, for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, crunch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs going to a 90-degree angle, so straight up towards the sky, 90-degree angle, so the knees are bent like a little tabletop and the block's in between your thighs. You're going to reach for the block and you're going to stretch the block and your arms over the top of the head towards the back skinny edge of the mat and extend the legs out on any angle. And then you're going to crunch in, and when you crunch in, you'll kind of butterfly your legs open a little and reach the block through. And then the arms go back and you extend out. So as you pull in, the knees kind of butterfly out and you reach the block through the space of the legs. You got it? And then the arms go back. So that was 3. And then you're moving on your breath for 4. Good. Back of the head up off the ground is going to be more intense. Shoulder blades squeezing, lower back spreading. The slower you move, the more you'll feel. I know that's a pain. Keep going. We just want to blitz through. Engaging. More breath, more feeling for another 10. Don't hate me. 9, 8, 7. You got it. 6. Embrace it. 5. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Block in between legs, legs bent, feet engaged like a little tabletop position. Hands behind the head. You're going to crunch up. 1, 2, elbows open. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, lower back spreading, 9, 10 for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs go straight up, squeeze the block straight up towards the sky. You're going to reach forward and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hands behind the head if the neck is sensitive. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs on an angle. Reach forward with prayer hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Straighten the legs, Amy. 5, 6, 7. We lost count. 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remove the block, hug the knees, rock and roll. That was just one set. One set, rock and roll. No, we'll do more later. Cross your ankles, step to a down dog. Yep, down dog. Now we'll do yoga. Downward facing dog. If you thoughtfully and mentally give yourself the opportunity to do that every day, even if it's one set of 100 or 10 sets, you will notice a difference in your alignment and how you hold your body. So the goal is to prevent injury, okay? So spread your palms wide, spread your toes wide. You can soften behind your knees if you need to. Let your head, your neck, your jaw, everything go. And just feel. Maybe your core holding you up slightly better right now. Good, roll forward to a plank. Plank position. Stack your body. Lead a little with your heart and chest. You can always modify if you need to. Your knees can drop. Activate the center line. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the breath as it moves through your body. Look forward to the front skinny edge of the mat. You got it. Lengthen your tailbone. Nice, Linda. Little micro bending your elbows. Down dog. From your down dog, lift your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Yeah, you got it. So look forward with your eyes and step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Outside of your right hand. Your hands are now on the instep of your right foot. Drop your back knee on an angle. Good opportunity to use the block if you feel super tight, or just stay firm with your palms and get heavy in that back left thigh. Perfect. Breathe. Yeah, so if you want to drop down deeper in this pose, you'll drop to your forearms. You could also rest your forearms kind of on the block as an option, right? And get in there. We're going to work on keeping the foot forward, though, not turning it out. Yeah, I know it's annoying, but then you may realize that you have to be up higher. Just feel a few more breaths. Integrate your back left knee. Plant the palms into the mat. Step to a down dog. Breathe your left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Look forward with your eyes and take the momentum to step your foot all the way to the outside of your hand. Your hands are on the inside of your left foot. Drop the back knee on an angle. You can either keep the toes curled into the mat or have it more for the foot is relaxed on the floor. So either way works, Nikki. Drop to your forearms if you want more. Amy P, slide your right knee back further. Keep going. So you get more of the psoas. The psoas is deep within the stomach muscle, actually, and it's the front line of your body. So it starts up here. That's your psoas. Does anyone ever have their psoas released? It is crazy intense, but this is a way that you can kind of do it yourself because it's getting that front line and breathing. Keeping that foot forward if you can. A couple more breaths. We're going somewhere with this, I promise you. Not just torturing you. Good. Take the hands, activate your arms, curl your back right toes up off the kneecap, up off the ground, step to a down dog. Now, as you arrive back into this down dog, you'll roll forward to plank position, lead with your heart and chest, stack your body up neatly and nicely. And then together we'll lower halfway to a push-up chaturanga that works for you. So if modification is yelling out loud, then you take it, okay? Modify if you need. Drag yourself through an up dog or baby cobra and feel. Your neck stays neutral and long. Try not to drop your head back. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. So those modifications that work for everybody's bodies in here. And this is a great time to kind of play around with what feels good in your body today, okay? One more time, roll forward, plank position, like a big ocean wave, halfway to a supported push-up or regular push-up, depending on what your needs are. Up dog pulls you through your body, or baby cobra, keep the neck neutral. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Look to the top of the mat. You'll step, you'll walk to the top of the mat, however you want to get there, or float. Long spine on the in. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer at heart, drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to prepare yourself. Step, or float through a vinyasa. The up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. So we're just gonna kind of let them roll. Arms stay very active. Look where you wanna go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Now moving breath by breath. Arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare yourself. You can step, you can float, you can crawl back. Chaturanga push-up. Upward facing dog. Pull your heart through your body. Hips go up and back, down dog. So if the up dog or the back bend doesn't work for you, please just take it out. Arms stay active and straight. Look where you want to go. You can step, you can float to the top, get there light. Long spine, fold in half. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up, keep moving and breathing. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare, step or float through a vinyasa. Upward facing, pulls you through. Hips go up and back, down dog. Arms stay straight, look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat, land light. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. One more, arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through a vinyasa. Up dog pulls you through. Hips go up and back, down dog. Bring your feet together at the back of the mat. Roll forward to plank. Lean onto your right hand for a Vashisthasana side plank. Right hand a smidgen out in front of your right shoulder, modifying with your bottom knee or staggering the feet. Top arm straight up, isolating your core muscles by engaging your abdominal wall. Yeah, the top arm can be straight up, stacked directly over that bottom shoulder. It can be up and over. Just make sure the arm isn't kind of wrapping in front of the face this morning. Yeah. Stay with it. Plank position, slow. Lean on your left hand. If you went the wrong way, just go the opposite direction. All good. Stack your feet, stagger your feet. Drop your bottom knee if that's what it's calling. Top arm straight up or up and over. And then you settle in. So you find the posture and then you kind of find it. You lock it in. Plank position, slow, listen carefully, feet hips width distance in plank. We're gonna tap it out with our opposite hand to opposite shoulder. So your right hand will lift up and tap your left shoulder. Please do it slow. Right hand comes down, try not to move your hips. Left hand, right hand, left shoulder, back down. Here we go for 20. Nice and slow. 19, breathe. 18, you can always modify with the knees down. Your weight stays forward. Perfect. Slow. Yeah, it's for accuracy because I may be counting, but you may only do half of them. That's okay too. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Nice, Linda. 3, 2, 1. Plank position, hold. Bring your feet so they're a little closer together. Halfway to a push-up, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Good work. Hips go up and back, down dog. Drop to your knees in the center of the mat. Yep, stand up on your knees. Oh, I can stand on my knee today. Okay, so you're gonna take the block and put it to the front skinny edge of the mat, going the long direction. And from this kneeling position, you'll step your right foot onto the block. The right foot steps onto the block. Have the block going that direction. Flat, 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 flat. Yep. Yep. Hands to frame the front floor. Integrate your back left leg. Lift the kneecap up. You're in a low lunge with you. This is just the easiest way to get everyone on without falling off the block, right? Have the fingertips down for a moment. Scissor your right hip in. Activate your back left leg. And then feeling the ground and that foot on the block, rise to a high lunge, crescent lunge. Your front foot is on that block. Yeah. You need a bigger step, Amy P. Higher in the ball, that back foot. Yeah, no, you can always modify. Your back knee can drop if it's too much. Nice, Chrissy, it's really good. So sit deep into the front thigh, not into the knee. So the thigh bone slides back into the hip socket. Good, hands to frame your front foot. Keep the right leg where it is. Turn your back foot on a sharp angle and find warrior one with the front foot on the block. Megan, walk your left foot over to the left a little. So you have about hips width distance between your right foot on the block and your back left foot. Yeah, and then the left ribs have space to turn. There you go. Steer your right hip in. Yes. Anchor the outer blade of your back foot and contract the muscles around the back left quadricep. 2 more breaths. Hands to frame your front foot. Let your left heel peel up off the ground. Drop your left knee down onto the floor and slide back to a kneeling position. So you'll just step off the block and come back to a kneeling position, stand up tall. So you're on your knees, move your block over to the left. This is just the easiest way. Yep, step the left foot forward onto the block. Get the whole foot on the block and make sure your ankle and your knee are tracking. Take your hands down to frame the blocked foot and then integrate your back right knee, lift it up so you're in a low lunge. Your fingertips are on the ground to start. Steer your left hip under, activate your back leg. Oh, it's weird. It's like the phone picked up on my voice and stopped playing. There you go. And then rise, high lunge, crescent lunge. As you come up, you kind of have to work the kinks out a little. Hip points are forward. Modify if you need with your back knee down. Totally fine. You're high on the ball of that back foot. And it's like an exaggerated stance. So you're really getting into the hip flexor. Neck is neutral. And you're feeling. Hands to frame your front foot. Keep the left foot where it is. Just turn your back foot on a sharp angle. It's about a 70-degree angle. Integrate the legs and then rise first warrior. And just feel the difference. Your back foot should feel supported. It's pressing firm into the mat. So it was a gift that it wasn't an extra crowded class this morning because we get to do stuff like this, right? So really just kind of taking up the space in the room and breathing and singing out loud. Hands to frame your front foot. Peel your right heel off. This time, hands go flat and see if you can step back to plank. Yeah, it doesn't always work. Halfway to a push-up and kind of shove the block out of the way. Up dog pulls you through. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Get there light. Long spine right here. Fold. Chair pose is where it's at. Sit deep. Weight in your heels. Yeah, your arms can be any direction that work for you. So if you've got shoulder tightness or neck pain, cactus the arms or take an expression that's a little wider. Hands can be closer to you in prayer. There's no right or wrong. It's right for you. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. From the top, here we go. It sounds like a dance routine. Arms go straight up towards the sky, heavy in your heels, chair pose. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare, step or float, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Take it out if it doesn't work. Downward facing dog is where we meet. Right foot lands, it's going to feel easy. Back foot turns, rise, warrior one. Bring it up. Back down we go through your version of a vinyasa. So some of us just step back to dog and be content with that. So don't judge yourself. As much or as little as you need today. Left foot lands on your breath, your beat. Bring it up and step it forward and rise. Back down we go, chaturanga. Upward facing pulls you through. Hips go up and back, down dog. We're not resting, we'll rest later. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine, fold. Chair pose. I'm going to show up one day and have like weighted vests for all of you and be like, guess what? We're doing the yoga practice wearing a weighted vest. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. You're like, that would be awesome. Arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels, chair pose. I'm going to get you all gifts. Yeah. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare yourself. Step or float through a vinyasa. The up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Just let it roll. Right foot lands, back foot turns. Warrior one, rise. To the floor we go, chaturanga push up. Up dog is smooth. You got it. Hips go up and back, down dog. The left foot lands, the back foot turns. Just keep it moving and breathing. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Some of us are faster, some of us are slower. It does not matter. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Arms stay really straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat, land light. Long spine, fold. Heavy in your heels for chair. Yeah, really feel the weight in your heels so that you've got a strong anchor, and then shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. One more, chair pose from the top. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare, step or float through a vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns, rise, warrior one. Chrissy, did you get dizzy? You okay? Just sit for a second. You're like all the way down, just sit. It's okay, it happens. The left foot lands, the back foot turns, rise. Every symptom, new symptom I have, my mom's like, you're in your 40s. This is just what happens. Chaturanga push up. You get dizzy. You have moments that you're nauseous. Like all sorts of stuff happens. Yes. Yeah. You pee your pants a little. What can I say? Down dog. It's all good. It's all good. Just listen to what your body needs. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine. Fold. Hit the chair. Let's just bang this out. Chair pose. Drag the hands to prayer. Inhale the breath. We're going to hook and twist to the right. Yeah, and if you're not going deep, you can just kind of create a shape today. That looks great. The goal is the alignment. So feet, shins, knees, all kind of together as one unit. Spine is long. And then where is the breath? Hopefully you're not holding it. Callie, alignment looks perfect. Nice, Lila. Everyone's alignment actually looks very nice. You're just with yourself, with your breath, with whatever shape you're creating. No judgment. Chair pose, pull it around. Stay in it. Hands in prayer. Inhale the breath. Let's go to the left. Yeah, might as well just keep it engaged. And the feelings that you have are good feelings. They're feelings. Yes. Don't push them away. Just kind of breathe through them. Watch the right knee that it's not sliding past the left. Neck neutral. Chair. Heavy in your heels, chair. Hold chair. Don't push away the feeling. It's a good feeling. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Standing on your left leg, hug your right knee towards your navel. So if you're right next to someone, just kind of stagger a little. So one person's a little forward and one person's a little back. So standing on the right leg. Standing on the right leg. I don't know what I said. Drag the left knee. I think I said the opposite. It doesn't matter. Let's stand on the right leg. Yeah, stand on the right leg. We'll start right. It's easier to remember right to left. And we're hugging the left knee in. Hook the big toe only if you have that and extend the leg forward. And this can all be done with just a bent knee. Your right arm can extend up towards the sky. So if the knee is just bent and forward, it's fine. But hold on to something. Lila, hold on to the knee. Yeah, somewhere. So you're going to open it up to the left, but like a little door hinge. And the right arm's going to open towards the sky. So when you open up your leg on this kind of door hinge, it's just going a little bit to the left, and then the arm is out to the side. The window's here. That's why I'm doing that weird modification. So bend the left leg up and take tree. Arms go towards the sky. Standing on your right leg, it's firm, gripping your hips in like a little ledge. You want to interlace your hands this morning, flip the palms. It kind of feels nice to grow the tree that way, only if it doesn't compress the shoulder. Your breath is with you. You're working on balance. You're tightening up the muscles of the deep core. Drag the hands to prayer and step down. Stepping onto the left leg now, hug your right knee in. Start with basic, just hug it in and up. This could be where you stay. Honestly, sometimes just working on balance, just like this, is what you need. If you're moving on, hook the big toe with a peace sign and index finger grip. Extend the leg forward. If the leg doesn't go all the way straight, it's fine. Arm can go straight up, leg straight or bent. The anchor, the strength is coming from the standing left leg. Everything is moving forward. Keeping everything the way it is, just open up the right leg to the right, just a little like a door hinge. And then the left arm kind of opens towards the sky. So it drops open, palm open. Breathe. Tree pose. You kind of gather the right leg up, tree, and then grow the branches of your tree. You want to interlace the hands, flip the insides of the palms open. That may feel good. The idea is that you're gripping your hips in. Hands to prayer, step down. Standing for a moment, just feeling what we've done. Take your block, place it to the center of the mat, going the long direction on that flat surface again. So it's going to go like this at the top of the mat. Have the other block nearby just in case you need it. Yep. Step the right foot onto the block and open up here, warrior two. Okay, warrior two. The same pose. We're just going to take the next couple postures with the front foot on the block. For some reason it doesn't work for you, you just simply remove the block and you take it regular. But I encourage you to just try it out. Right. Same posture, front foot's just on the block. Wrap that inner right thigh open and feel. Soften the shoulders down the back. Yeah, turn your back toes a tad more forward and you may find that your hip can go into better rotation. There's a rolling open of your right thigh and the side ribs very long. Your breath is with you. Good. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. And let's go modified extended side angle or extended side angle A, where your hand can kind of pull up on the front of your shin. So arm on top of thigh, maybe where it's at. Top arm straight up or up and forward. Soften your right shoulder kind of away from your ear and take your right ribs and turn them. Yeah. Perfect. If you want to go further, Nikki, you got it. You're going to let your right hand kind of slide down somewhere on the front of your right shin and kind of pull up on that front shin. But what's going to happen is you're going to still create this strong 90-degree angle. That's perfect. So it's just depending on your hip alignment. You may actually feel better in it being on the block. Top arm can stay up or up and forward. We're staying a few more breaths. Grip your right hip in. Same principles of alignment. Turning your bottom ribs. And just being patient. Warrior two, come on up. Warrior two, come on up. Straighten your right leg. You may need to scoot your back foot in a little. Triangle pose. Front foot stays on the block. Once again, always offering the option to remove it if it's too much. Yeah, have the other block nearby. If reaching to the floor or your shin, you need a little aid, take it to the outside of your right calf. Regardless, you're pulling up on the front of the right shin, steering the right side of your body forward. There you go, towards that side wall. Neck is neutral. You can always look down for a beat if your neck feels funny. Kind of reset. Step up into Arda. Keep your right foot on the block. You'll need the other block, most definitely, Hallie. You'll need to step back a little so you're not like one with the wall. Try it. It's not as bad as you think. Once you actually get up into the pose, it feels amazing. It feels amazing. You're probably going to need the block on a medium to high height. Yep. Yes. Fabulous. So what it's forcing you to do is keep your right foot forward, your right hip gripping in. You got it. For some reason it doesn't work. You simply just step off and you take the pose in its normal way. Awesome. Side ribs long. Open it up and breathe. If you fall off, you're not that far from the ground. To get out of the pose, look to the floor, left hand comes down, square the hips. Step your left foot next to your right, step your right foot off the block. Take your feet wide and come into squat. Come into squat. Yep, slide a block underneath your tailbone. Squat pose. Lengthen your tailbone, breathe here for 3 breaths before we do the other side. Good, so to come out of squat pose, you'll come up into a bear squat. Your feet will be almost the width of the mat, more parallel, your butt back, hands in a prayer. Arms will go straight up towards the sky, side ribs long. Weight back in those heels and you hold here. If having the hands in prayer doesn't work, just have them shoulder width. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Have the block, I would say not all the way in the front, just so you can transition. Left foot on the block, step your right foot back, warrior 2, left side. Warrior 2. Left side warrior 2 with your left foot on the block. Yeah, you're doing great. Track the knee over the ankle. You'll probably be sore from this because it like totally ignites other muscles. Good. Back foot turns a little, side ribs nice and long, and just breathe. And so the elevated foot is actually great for the lower back. Yeah. It feels like for those of us with back issues, it actually feels much better to elevate that front foot. Breathe. Close your eyes, settle in for a few breaths. Soften the shoulders. Reach across your body more. Wrap that inner left thigh open. Flip the palm, reverse your warrior. Let your side body get nice and open. And then come back to warrior 2 and start with resting your arm on the top of your thigh. Right arm straight up. Yeah. You may need to widen your stance a little. It may feel better a little longer. Yeah. Top arm can wrap up and forward as an alternative. And hand can start to slide down the front of the shin. But keep the alignment. Your left thigh tracking open. Yep. Squeeze your left hip under and turn your bottom left ribs. Relax that left shoulder down your back. Anchor your right leg more. Warrior 2, come up. Try not to grin and bear it. Just breathe it open. Warrior 2. Straighten the left leg on track. Pick your distance. Back foot may need to step in a little. Triangle pose first. Soften a little behind that left knee. Slide your hand to the outside. Maybe rest it on a block if it doesn't feel great this morning. Side ribs nice and long. This looks really good. There's a little lean back action, but you're supported by your low back, so your obliques are working. Look down, try and keep your foot on the block, step up, Ardha. Yep, move the other block forward. Right hand can come to hip. You have to grip your left hip in super strong and feel the base of your foot on that block. Then when you step up, find the right height for the other block and then peel open. Turn, look sideways, look up. Spark up those top right toes. Right, it's early. Wow. Right hand to the floor. Rob really pissed her off this morning. Square the hips. Step the right foot down next to the block. Step your left foot off the block. Keep your feet hips width distance. Hook your big toes with a peace sign grip. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, fold over your leg. Let your head go. Yeah. Good. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Step your left foot way back and your right foot stays forward. Rise, high lunge, crescent lunge. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. Lean forward with a long spine, hook and twist. Yep. You're ready for it now. And it feels different because your feet are now on the floor, so you have a different sensation. Grip your right hip in. Know you can modify by dropping the back knee or maybe opting for an easy twist if it's too much. Open up from the heart and the chest rather than feeling like you're crunching your back because we're not twisting our spine. The spine stays long. Hands to frame your front foot, pause. Place the right hand on the instep of the right foot. Walk the right foot a little to the right. Yeah. Drop your back knee on an angle. Take your block or your palm flat to the earth. Left hand down to the instep of that right foot. Right arm's going to open up and then peel to the back skinny edge of the mat. There you go. Turn your right toes out now a little bit. Perfect. Good. Now, this could be it for a lot of us because going deeper may not work. Amy P, have a block underneath your left hand. If you want to kick up and grab your left foot with your right hand, give it a go. So it's kind of like a king pigeon lizard kind of combined pose. It's a hybrid pose. Yes. You can roll a little to the outside of the right foot if you've been blessed with flexibility. Right. A lot of us just need to kind of keep the foot grounded. You're steering your chest open any direction that you're in and you're breathing. Release the bind if you took it. Take both hands to the floor. Frame out that front foot. Shear up the right foot forward. Okay. Integrate your back left knee up off the ground. We're going there. And you're going to straighten your left leg and you're going to create a small stance, about a 3-foot stance with your 2 feet. Hands to your hips, come halfway up, come all the way up. We're going to twisting triangle. Right hand on hip, left arm extends up towards the sky. You'll reach way out and now you'll set up and you're ready for a powerful, solid twisting triangle. Block to the instep of the foot, hand to shin. Right hand on the flat part of your back if you feel a little mangled today. Yeah. Feel like someone's got you by your hips and they're kind of pulling you to the back skinny edge of the mat. That's good. Stack it open and breathe. I actually want you to be here for a bunch of breaths and just feel kind of the opening process. Anchor that back foot. Depends on your range of motion. I would have it a little closer to you. Yeah, that looks good. Nope, a little forward. Right there. That's it. 2 more breaths. Hands to frame your front foot. Step to a down dog. When you arrive in down dog, roll forward plank position. Lower halfway to a push-up chaturanga. Pull yourself to a smooth operation, upward facing or cobra. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. So from the back of the mat, we'll step the left foot forward now. Left foot lands, rise, crescent lunge. And just feel the difference, right? Rise, crescent lunge. Hands come to prayer at heart. Inhale the breath, lean way out, hook the elbow, and then twist. Back knee can always drop if you feel like you're a little wobbly, unstable. You can always opt for easy twist as well. Scissor that left hip in. Look sideways, look up. Yeah, lean back, Lila. Lean your head towards the back right heel. And that's how you're going to kind of get that extension. Perfect. Open up your arms if you want more, or just be content right here. Two more. Hands to frame your front foot, pause. Take your hands to the instep of the left foot and walk the left foot over to the left more. Drop your back knee so it's on an angle. You can have your left palm flat on the mat, right palm flat on the mat, or on a block. I think it's probably better for a lot of us. You're welcome to turn the left toes out a little and be kind of on the blade of that foot, or use your hand to encourage the thigh to open. Peel your left arm back. Yeah. So the shoulder rotation of the bottom right arm, yes, you want it stacked. So it's kind of hard to say where it should be for everybody. It's a little different depending on your body's alignment. Everyone looks pretty good. If you combined, your foot kind of kicks up and back. If it's not in the cards for today, just stay in an active twist. You're still getting plenty because you're getting this front line nice and open. And just breathe. Wherever you are is where you are for today. It is fine. If you bound it up, release the bind. Unravel yourself. Walk your hands to frame your front foot. Steer your foot forward. Integrate your back knee up off the ground and step it up a little closer so it's about a 3-foot distance between your left and your right foot. Hands to your hips. Come halfway up. Come the rest of the way up. Iron out your stance. Walk your left foot, Nikki, a little bit to the left. And set up for twisting triangle. Go for it here. So your left hand stays on your hip, your right arm reaches big up. Come halfway down, reach way out, and then come the rest of the way down for twisting triangle. I personally need the block up high in this pose, but it's different for everyone. Anchor that back leg super strong and feel like someone's got you by one of those bands and they're kind of pulling you back. Nice, Linda. Breathe right here. Nice long spine. Look sideways, look up. Twist open. Scissor those inner thighs, twist open more. Hands to the earth. Step to the top of the mat. Long spine on the in. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer at the top. Standing on your left leg, make a figure four with the right leg. I can't do this yet, but we're getting there. Sit way back. So we're taking ankle to knee standing and we're going to go into flying stuff. If you want to fly. So as you come down into this ankle to knee at the top of the mat, the figure four, yeah, if you know flying is kind of your thing, your forte, then you'll plant your palms. You have to wrap your right foot around the outside of that left tricep. Even with the hands down, you can just work here, or you can just have your hands resting and create a little bit of balance that way and working on nice hip opening. Yes, if you're going to play around with this flying pigeon here, give it a whirl. The back left heel will lift up off the ground. The blocks under both hands is a great way to elevate, even if you're not going up. Yeah. Nice. Really good job. Lower the foot if you took it up. Getting out of the pose is the hardest. Bring your hands to your hips. Try not to let the right leg touch. Stand up first and then lower the foot down. Yeah, good stuff. Standing on the right leg, cross the left ankle over the top of the left knee. I told you there was purpose to why we started the way we did. Cross the ankle and start to sit. Sit way back. So decide where you're going here. Like this side might feel a little better, may feel exactly the same, may feel like it needs a higher block situation. If you're going to fly or just work on kind of prepping for the flying, the left foot has to kind of flex around the outside of your right tricep. So Lila, see if you can get your foot around the outside of that right tricep first. Get your right foot flat to the ground. And then the left foot comes around the outside of the right tricep. So right here. This foot hooks. Slide it back. There you go. It's got a hook. There you go. Yep. That's where you have to be to get up because it's creating the ledge. And then your arms go into chaturanga like arms and you fly. That's how you're going to find the support. 2 more breaths wherever you are. To get out, you lower slow. You come up with control. The hardest part is to move out of the pose with integrity. And you lower the foot down and you stand top of mat. Sweep the arms out and up or go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare yourself. Step or float through a vinyasa of choice. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank, drop to your forearms. This is the last little bit, I promise. Forearm plank, forearm plank. Have your hands shoulder width distance. We're going to take forearm crawls. Yeah, so from the forearm to the fingertips, you lift up and you reach. And then you bring it back down. Left arm reaches, bring it back down. Right arm reaches, try not to move your hips. Left arm reaches, you got it. Keep going. Slow. Try not to move your hips. Keep going. 6, you got it. Nice, Amy. Perfect. 5. Slow. 4. 3. Nice, Linda. Awesome. 2. Do 1 more on each side. 1 more. Drop all the way down into Sphinx pose. That's your forearms on the ground. Elbows a little forward, like you're kind of pulling the mat towards you. That pose gets your heart rate up if you didn't notice. Yes. Forehead to the floor. Forehead to the floor. Reach back. Grab your ankles from the outside for floor bow. Okay. Start with your knees together. Take a giant breath. And if this doesn't work for you, just take a regular floor locust pose, which is what Hallie's going to do. You're just going to lift everything up. Yeah, Chrissy, if it doesn't work, you just lift everything up. Guys, we're in floor bow, kick your feet into your hands. If the knees start to wing way out, hug them in. You may lift less. Lift a little higher. Exhale the breath. Let's slide right into a child's pose. It feels much better than laying there. Child's pose. Yes. Child's pose. Really good work, guys. We're going to finish the last few minutes of class strong and relax. Press up onto all fours into a down dog. Yeah. Slide your right knee forward for a half pigeon. Half pigeon pose. So we've done a bunch of hip stuff today. This is not the song I wanted. And so this hip may feel a little better just being here. See how it goes. Linda, what do you normally feel in that pose? Is it more your knee or your hip? Hip. Your alignment looks good though. Yes, because you're not going to force your hip. So what you'll do is you'll make it that way. Now you're good. I would fold if you can. If you can come down, come down. Switch. Switch sides. You worry about getting in, I'll worry about giving you the towel. Mm-hmm. This side could feel better, it could feel worse, it could feel the same. There you go. Now 3 breaths. So come up nice and slow. You'll lean on your left side. You'll swing your right leg forward. You'll move those blocks. Hopefully, it looks like everyone's got 2 of the same, so that's good. Set up your blocks like 2 sets of a railroad track, and then lay down and slide your feet on the for bridge pose with your feet on blocks. Okay. So it's the same bridge. It's just your feet are on the blocks. So before you go anywhere, just make sure that your fingertips skim the blocks, and then you know you're close enough. So if you're too far from the blocks, you won't be able to reach them. This is another great way to kind of be in the pose and support your lower back. So from here, you'll lift up. Now, when you lift up, you're not lifting into the lower back. You're lifting from your tailbones to the back of the knee. And then your arms have a lot more space to kind of mechanically move. So you can bring them underneath your body and clasp. You can robot. You can have your palms spread. But there's definitely a blast of more space. So you should be able to feel more. Exhale the breath, lower down. So we'll stay with the feet on the blocks today, unless you just despise it, then you can move on from it. If you want to go into a full wheel, that's great. I'm going to talk everyone else through something else. So if you're going for full wheel, there's 2 more sets. Pace yourself. Everybody else lift up bridge. Bridge pose, feet on blocks. Same action, same arms, same legs. Now as you lift, you're going to try and lift your right leg up towards the sky. It's not as scary as you think. Yeah, flex the foot though. And then lower it down in line with that left knee, and then lower it to the floor. Yeah, do it slow, and then rebend it. And then exhale the breath. You got it, Nikki. Lower down. We'll do 1 more set. So if you're going to repeat a set of wheel, this is your last time. Everybody else, bridge pose, lift up. As you lift into the bridge, lots of power. The left leg lifts straight up. So go straight up first and flex the foot. So as you lower the leg down, line it up with your right knee first, and then bend the leg from the knee to the foot back down to the block. Lift a little higher, and then exhale the breath, let it go. Hug the knees in, give them a big squeeze. Megan looks great. Reach for the outer blades of your feet for a happy baby. Pull the knees down around the rib cage. Hug the knees in towards the chest. So we started with a little windshield washer. We'll finish with the same thing, but we'll add in a little extra bind. So take your feet the width of the mat, your knees together to start. Drop the knees over to the left. Your hands can kind of be behind the head. Yeah. So the left knee is out to the side. The right leg's on a little bit more of an angle. Yeah. Your left foot can line up on the top of your right thigh. Yes, and kind of encourage that thigh to come down. Yeah, this is more of an IT band stretch. Yeah, perfect. Let the foot slide off first, naturally, and then bring it up to center. Drop the knees over to the right. So the right knee will be a little lower. The left leg will be, not a little higher. The left leg will be a little lower. Now the right ankle is going to slide onto the top of that left thigh and kind of encourage that thigh, that outside of that leg to stretch. Let the foot slide off the leg naturally, and then roll up to center. Hug the knees in for the towards the chest one last time. And now we set up for the best and most challenging pose we know. Child's pose. Child's pose. Shavasana. Child's pose is hard too, because it's like the Shavasana of the beginning. Shavasana is what I was trying to say. Make yourself comfortable. Close your eyes. 2 minutes of rest. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run to. Just be. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Arms reach up over the top of the head. Give yourself a full body stretch. Maybe grab for your neighbor. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a big squeeze. And rock up any direction that works for you. Sit up nice and tall and just feel the effects of this morning's practice on your body, on your mind, on your energy level. There really can be a shift, so good for you. Bring the hands to prayer, bow your head for a moment, have some gratitude. It is the best attitude. Lift the head, open the eyes. Namaste. Have a great day. Hydrate yourselves. Thanks for trying all the fancy block action. And I'll see you next